All right, everyone. Welcome back to Psych Word. You are now on the couch with Rob Gerard and Diana Giordano.
Woo woo.
Chris, awesome mix. Another great mix by Chris Rush.
I don't understand how you just think of putting these different songs together. I mean, that truly is a talent, and what you do is just sick. So, and I can imagine it's hours and hours of work. So, thank you, though. It definitely is worth it.
All right, everyone. So, on the line right now, we have special guest author from Chicago, Illinois, Darryl Carlisle. Darryl, you there, man?
Yes, I'm here. How you guys doing today?
We're doing well.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That's good. That's good.
How's the weather out there?
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. How's the weather out in Chicago?
It's pretty nice today. In the low 80s. Not too bad.
Nice. So, Chicago, I mean, not to get off topic real quick, but the Bulls have a lot going on right now, right? With potentially who they're going to be getting in a trade and whatnot.
Right. I heard they're supposed to be getting Paul Gasol.
Yeah, man, I heard Gasol. I mean, Dwayne Wade, that name's come up. I mean, Melo is still kind of in the talks, right?
I heard about that, too. They need somebody that can score, so Melo would be their best bet.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, okay, enough of getting off topic. So, Darryl, you are the author of the new book, Black Fingernails. Black Fingernails,
yes,
it's been doing great, man, on Amazon, and it's really, like, moving some units, man. So,
That's a good thing. I'm glad people are enjoying it.
Absolutely. Now, tell the listeners a little bit about the book.
Uh-oh.
Yes, hello?
Yeah. Tell the listeners a little bit about the book.
Okay, the book is basically about the character named Damien, who's really, he had some setbacks in his life, and so in the midst of trying to get himself together, he learns of a dark and terrifying family curse that's been haunting his family for decades. So, and that curse is really coming back to terrorize and haunt him. So, in the process of dealing with that situation, he meets a wealthy businessman named Lawrence. And Lawrence is dealing with anger issues and family issues of his own. So once they connect, money becomes involved. And now he's dealing with not only the curse that's haunting his family, but he's dealing with another demon altogether in his new boss when money becomes involved. So he's dealing with two issues, and those issues are either going to lead to his demise or his getting back on his feet. So that's really basically what the book is about, him trying to get himself together and dealing with two separate issues that really become a big problem for him.
Yeah, and I just want to start out by saying I read the book. The book is amazing, and
I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, man, and you really made Damien a complex character. He's got many levels to who he is as a person, and it seems like it's this constant struggle with him between good and evil. And in a sense, he kind of made a deal with the devil when it comes to this wealthy guy.
Right, and that's basically what I was trying to get across. So I'm glad you recognize that.
Absolutely.
I haven't read it yet, Darryl. I promise that's on my to-do list. Maybe after I meditate, I'm going to pick up a book. So let me know and let everyone else know out there, how can we find a copy of this, or where can we find it? Because I got to get out there and get one.
You can get the book on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble.
Okay.
It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Excellent.
And so I don't know if you want to give away too much about the book, but is there going to, I don't know if you want to give away too much about the book's ending, but is there going to be a sequel or a follow-up to Black Fingernails?
That's what I'm working on right now. I'm working on a sequel to it. So if you enjoyed this one, you definitely should enjoy the sequel.
Absolutely, because you kind of, the way you left it at the end of the book, it was like you really left the window open.
Right. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a sequel. I'm working on that right now.
So let me ask you something. As an author, because I've always kind of been curious about this. Now, I know musicians, they'll be working on, different songs at the same time. Now, as an author, are you just focused on one book when you're writing, or do you have different projects that you're doing?
I am just focused on one book because it's hard to try to deal with these different characters and try to put 2 and 3 different stories together at one time. So I think a lot of times authors may write short stories, but I think when you're dealing with a novel, you really have to focus on that one so you don't get sidetracked.
So what is your inspiration when you start writing? I mean, do you kind of pick a couple things maybe that you've experienced in your life or people you know? I mean, do you kind of like do a little mesh of everything? Like, what's your style? Where does this come from?
Well, I'm a big fan of like Stephen King and Donald Goins, so
Okay.
I wanted to write something that I would read. So I tried to get elements from those two different genres, which are two very different genres. I tried to mix those two elements together and write something first of all, like I said, that I would like.
And is this your first published book, or do you have a couple out there?
Yes, this is the first published book.
Excellent.
Yes, it is.
Now, how did you get associated with G Street?
You know what? I was looking for a publisher to get the book out there, and a lot of big publishers they didn't give me the opportunity. So I said I'm gonna try a lot of small publishers, and G Street gave me the opportunity. So I'm thankful for George and Shauna for that. They definitely gave me the opportunity to get this book out and tell my story.
Definitely, and G Street is a respected publishing company. And
yes,
are you going to be releasing the sequel under G Street as well?
Yes, the sequel should be out later this year under G Street. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's you're looking at a 2014 release date.
That's what we're pushing for, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're looking for the end of the year as a release date for the sequel. Yes, like I said, I'm working hard on it right now, so to try to get it out by the end of the year.
Now let me ask you something because you have a very unique style of writing, and it was something I picked up on immediately while I began reading your book.
Okay.
And your writing style, how is it that you get to? Now, do you have a scheduled time every day that you try to sit down and do some writing, or is it something where it's like
a schedule, and that's really hard to do? So, a lot of the times I like to write at night because it's just quiet at night. So, I really like to write at night. And before I write, I might walk through the story for 2 or 3 days or hours before I actually sit down and write it. So that's basically my style, to really think about it in my mind first before I sit down and write.
Now, you said you might walk through where for a couple days?
I was just saying I might walk around with the story in my head for a few days before I actually sit down and write it and brainstorm in my head instead of brainstorming on paper like a lot of people do.
Now, do you have a specific place or routine that you like to go through or go to in order to get that kind of inspiration? Like, do you go to the park and sit there, or do you turn on the TV to see what's out there? Do you read?
A lot of times I sit in front of the TV, and the TV will actually be watching me, and I'll just be sitting there creating a story and putting a story together. So that's probably it right there. But I don't have a certain place where I like to go, like sit and think about the book. Not really.
So wherever it happens, it happens.
That's it.
All right. So, what are you hoping to accomplish in the next 5 years? Now, Darryl Carlisle. For the listeners that just tuning in, we're on the line with author Darryl Carlisle out of Chicago, Illinois, author of Black Fingernails. Right. Now, what are you hoping to accomplish in the next 5 years, Darryl?
The next 5 years, I want to be back on here with a number one bestseller on the New York Times. That's it.
Let me tell you, if you have a number one seller on the New York Times, you better come back on here.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I also want to get into writing movies too, and expand into different types of writing too. So yeah, definitely, I'm definitely coming back on the show. But way before that though.
Nice.
Yeah, and the route that you're going, and I know you said you kind of went through an independent publisher.
Right.
The independent route is really, really the way to go. I mean, just with everything. I know with music, most artists are independent nowadays, and even I remember when we had Prodigy and Mobb Deep on the show, he was talking about
one of my favorite groups.
Yeah, he was talking about how he is getting, trying to get some movie deals that are direct to Netflix. So really going through that, and he's going the independent route and then kind of sneaking in through Netflix, in one of those. And Netflix is such a good venue to go through, too, because it's in everyone's home.
That's right. Because everybody signed up to Netflix now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think going the independent route, I think it gives you more creativity. You don't have people telling you, as far as music, what to record or what type of music to make, and as far as writing, telling you what type of books to write. So I think it gives you more creative space.
Definitely. Now, if anyone wants to get a hold of you, how can they? What's your contact info? What's the best way to get a hold of Darryl Carlisle?
The best way to contact me is through Twitter at Mr. Carlisle 76, and they can find me on Facebook at Darryl Carlisle. And if they're interested in promo T-shirts, they can find my buddy Anthony on Twitter also at FF Shirts. We have promo shirts too for the book too.
Which, by the way, I wanted to mention. Thank you for reminding me. We're going to be posting the shirts that you sent on our Facebook right now, because the shirts just arrived today. Perfect time for the show. So we're going to be posting. Absolutely. No, well, we appreciate that. We're going to be posting the T-shirts right on our Facebook and our Twitter. So look out for those. Okay. And
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, and definitely, Darryl, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Yes,
it was great to have you. Check
it's been
out.
A pleasure. I thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Author Darryl Carlisle. Pick up that book, Black Fingernails. You can find it online.
Right. I'll be back to promote the sequel soon.
Absolutely.
Right.
You'll be on. We would love to have you on. Thank you very much, Darryl.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good luck.
All right. That was Darryl Carlisle.
Sounds very interesting. Definitely got to pick that up.
Yeah, it's a great book. Now, we are out of time already. We have 2 minutes to go.
It flies, man.